So yesterday I posted my poppet shirt upcycle, and at the end I was talking about an idea I had about possibly making a poppet that could hold your phone. And I couldn't stop thinking about that idea. I don't know if I can make it happen, but I'm gonna try. So my original stencil for the large poppet is this one here. And that's what I used for this one, right? But I mean, I could barely fit my phone in here. Like if I line it up, it's probably not gonna sit in there fully. So I made a new one. And I used the other half of the fabric that I had left from that project. This has way more stuff going on it, but it's the same color scheme essentially. And I had to, it was very narrow and long, so I cut it in half. I merged two pieces to make a more square piece that would fit this little guy here. So I'm going to then add interfacing to it to give it structure, because this is very thin fabric. So I'm going to use this interfacing here that I ordered through Amazon. It's my first time using it. I'll let you know what I think about it for this project. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just going to get this ironed on. It's really early in the morning. I couldn't stop thinking about it. I was like, I wonder if I could do that. So anyways, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to iron this on. Okay, now that I have the interfacing on my piece of fabric, I'm going to trace the stencil. So that I can cut it out to both panels. All right, now that I've done that to both of my panels, I have both pieces. I'm going to go ahead and just iron them again to make sure that the interfacing is fully melted on. I mean, it looks like it is, but just to be safe, I'm going to go over it just to make sure the glue's on there well. And I'm thinking about my emoji jacket, and when I took those emojis apart, what that looked like. I'm going to sew a fabric onto these, and then I'm going to stuff them before I merge them. That's the idea. I'm just following the blueprint of those emojis that when I took them apart, that's how they did it. That's how I'm going to try to do it. So that's what's next. I decided to go with this very light fabric that I left open on either side so that I can go ahead and insert my stuffing. And here's how it's looking with some stuffing inside, and I think it's perfect. I'm going to go ahead and stitch the sides of it now. This is the lining that I chose for the inside of my bag. I'm going to go ahead and attach it to both sides. Now that it's all sewn on, I'm going to go ahead and just trim off the excess around the border. This remnant here is all a part of the same fabric I was sourcing from. It's got some elastic strings through it, and the patchwork on it and fabric is all the same. It's just textured differently. And I thought, okay, this would be perfect for the perimeter of my bag. So here I am just trying to line the border of my doll with this remnant. And now that I have it attached to one side, you could see how it went on. It was stretchy, so I think it helped with getting it on there. Now I'm going to go ahead and merge the other poppet to it. So I'll go ahead and do my best to sew that on. Here is both sides sewn on to this middle piece that I attached, and I'm really happy with how it came out because I really wanted it to look like a doll that held just like your phone and a couple of things, not too much. I really wanted this purse to look like a doll still. I decided to go ahead and give my doll a pair of eyes and a smile and stitching throughout the front and the back of it. And I also decided to go ahead and stitch up the entire border of the doll. Okay, so I have finally finished my puppet. It took me 3 days to do all of the stitching that I decided to do. I know it's difficult for me to get close-up shots and still be in the frame, so at the end I'll show some close-up shots of it. But so I've moved past all that. I'll show you later how it all comes out in more detail. But I did a lot of embroidery stitching on it, and that took me 3 days to do. Yay! Now, this is a remnant of something that I had used for a different bag. It was a long fabric belt. I don't have it. I used the middle part of it, which was a blue color with white stitching, for a different bag. So I'm going to use this remnant here for this bag. I'm thinking I'm going to stitch it together and place it on my poppet somewhere. I've created an opening in the middle, right? This is meant to hold your phone and a couple other things. This isn't meant to hold a ton of stuff. It's a poppet that holds your phone. So I'm not going with a crossbody. I thought about it and I want more of a purse. So that's what I'm doing here. So I'm thinking maybe around here in the arm and here maybe make this an anchor point. right? So let's just go with that example. That I want like a purse style strap. Okay. I think that that would work. And I like that at this distance, I could hold it maybe, you know, kind of like as I'm walking, like a doll, right? I mean, I'm sure you can also just hold it like a doll. So I like this length as a purse. Now, I'm going to work on getting this attached to it. I might change the anchor points, but if I end up thinking this is good, then I'll do that. Now, I've also gone around my studio and checked for some things to use for embellishment. This is a remnant that I have from a previous project. It was one of those belly dancing scarves, and I cut it up for parts. This is kind of what I used for on this poppet, these little coins and beads. So I'm thinking I might put some of those on this poppet. And I just pulled some stuff. Like I have a little baggie of tassels here. This, I don't know what you call this, like a fringe. I don't care to put the fringe on my poppet, but these little tassels I do like. And then I have this other fringe that is like green pom-poms. So I'm thinking about maybe using some of this or some other stuff. I definitely am thinking about possibly using some shells. I think that would look really neat. So I'm just going to go in and embellish it. So, and maybe some beads, some different color beads, but maybe I'll come in. Okay, so here you see, I mean, it's got 3 to 4 color threads running through different areas and stitched the entire border. I like the fraying and kind of a raw look. You know, in between certain places, I just went in many times with different colored threads. Gave them a little face. The back, I really loved. On the back, I really liked this, how this was centered here, this mandala looking piece of patch. So I just wanted that to be more of the focal point for the back of the doll. And I just further stitched more colors into it. And that took 3 days to accomplish, and you know, including the border. And here is the opening of the poppet. It's on the side, and you can, yeah. I'm going to go ahead and secure the strap and further embellish him with some charms, shells, beads, coins, possibly some tassels. And I will check back with you and show you my progress.
Y'all make your body bounce like baller, better than them stain off no rival. Y'all make your body bounce like baller, better than them stain off no rival. Y'all make your body bounce like baller, better than them stain off no rival. Y'all make your body bounce like baller, better than them stain off no rival.
Thanks for watching my video on making my first ever poppet purse. I am beyond happy with how this came out. It took about a week combining all the sewing. It was a lot of work to do. It was my first time creating one, so I think that kind of took a lot of time to kind of figure out how it was going to work out. But I'm very, very happy with it. I'm going to come in and get some close-up shots of it so you could see more of the details of the purse. And yeah, that is it. I would be very happy to make another one. If you want a more detail-oriented tutorial, just let me know, or video, right? Just let me know and I can get that going. I'm just trying to figure out what it is you prefer. Well, thanks for stopping by and watching to the end, and I will see you next time. Bye.
Y'all make your body bounce like baller. Better than them staying off no rival. Y'all make your body bounce like baller. Better than them staying off no rival. Y'all make your body bounce like baller. Better than them staying off no rival. Y'all make your body bounce like baller. Better than them staying off no rival.